So I'm fearful of giving a BBC, and I'm giving a fearful BBC on fear. So I'm replacing somebody else last minute, and I thought I would just share something about fear. So a few situations that I see this coming up. So for the first one is, like I just mentioned, I fear about doing BBC. And I just decided to just jump in and do this because of a few reasons. And one of it is I hope that when we have fear, we can think about these antidotes and then we can nudge ourselves a little. So the first reason was that I want to train myself a little more. So I just nudged myself a little, not in a very pushy way, but just a little out of my comfort zone. Although I could see the mind that's like, I don't want to do this, actually. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? But okay, just try. And then the second thing is when things come up, I can just be a little flexible, accept it and just do it. Don't keep, spinning and spinning and make the mind just go, messy and there's no one that's going to force you to do anything. So it's like it's out of your own way that you would like to do this. So the second reason of it is because underlying that fear is a mind of discouragement, which is a form of laziness that says, I'm not good enough. I don't fit to give a BBC. There's so many seniors here, why me? I can see I'm a bit like, I can push and get my way out a little. I don't have to do it. There are elders, I can relax a little. So that was one of the things that I could see in my mind. And Lama Yeshe's called this power trip. So I was just power tripping myself and limiting my own potential. So I thought, okay, I should challenge that mind and tell myself, I can do this. So he actually mentioned it in his book, Knowledge, Wisdom, Chapter 5 on Refuge. And that I find really helpful. So the third thing, most importantly, is what is my motivation for doing this? So my motivation was hoping that this will help people and they can take something away from it. And when there's fear arising, they could use some of the tools or think of the disadvantages of it. So I thought I would say something about disadvantages of this fear. So fear, first thing, impedes my bodhicitta motivation. It's the hindrance to the bodhisattva path, and I've noticed that many times in my mind. So when I want to help people or I have the heart to do something, I want to contribute in a way, I will just stop and hold back. And I hesitate because of this fear. And the thought arises like, oh, who am I to say something? And then that mind that comes up again, there are seniors here, let them do it. I can, chill a little, And then the mind that also says, I'm small fry, let me be a small fry. So I shouldn't say anything. So that comes up in my mind. And then there's also another part that I keep pressuring myself. Like I'm constantly stressing myself up, pushing. And then it's not joyous effort like we have been learning. And somebody mentioned it's joyless effort. So that is so unnecessary. And then the third thing about this disadvantage of fear is like, I don't know how to relax. And I was driving, Venerable Sochum was driving me, and she was so relaxed. I was like, wow, this is a quality that I also want to cultivate. She's so relaxed, just there. And then I was like, and I'm like upright, and she's like, just driving away. I'm okay. I really want to learn how to just chill a little. So that was really helpful. And I could see that kind of tightness compared to her just driving and then so happy, smiling away. And mine is like walking on eggshells even in the car beside her. I'm like, there's something weird going on. So, and with that, it impedes my building of confidence. It impedes me sharing what I really think, what I feel. It impedes me of wanting to contribute so badly. And then I just keep holding back. So I see that all these are it's not helpful at all, wherever I am growing as a person or contributing to a community. So the third thing of this disadvantage of this fear is that it makes me cover up my aspiration and motivations. So I was picking berries because my shoulder was injured. And I was making an aspiration that anyone who eats it will be healthy and they will be nourished so that they can continue to spread the Dharma in every way. And even the bears, because Venerable Kagyu always tell me, you must keep some for the bears. So I was thinking, oh, if the bears eat it, may they have the higher rebirth in the next life. They can come back here to be a monastic. How nice. But when people ask me about it, I just say, oh, I'm a slacker. I just walk around in the woods and I sing song. And I'm like, oh, that is considered concealing. So whether is it a good motivation or a bad thing, I just conceal, and it's that mind of concealing again. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. So I called it and I mentioned it to my mentor. And she told me, next time you just tell people I'm doing my best, because I'm scared I'm being too arrogant, like when I say that, oh, this is coming from my heart. And she said, no, that's not arrogant. You just tell people that you're just doing your best and say thank you. So that's something that I'm constantly trying to work on. So as I dig further, it's like, why is there this fear there? So I couldn't see it until now. Like recently, after the Vajrasattva retreat, I find it really helpful. And Venerable Damtro did tell me before, what is the story underneath this fear? I couldn't see it, and now I saw it. It's like, oh, these are all stories that are ingrained in my training previously. So one of the old stories, one more of you is no more, one less of you is no less. You are dispensable. We have thousands who wants to be here. You can't make the mark. Get out. So I was like, oh, it comes up now. So that stresses me out. Okay. So then I start to dig, why am I always so afraid of being chased away, to be kicked out? Oh, these are the stories that are happening. So I'm like, oh, and it doesn't happen here. Why am I bringing it in again? So it's like, okay, I need to dismantle this. So I was trying to do a lot of purification to get rid of all these ingrained thoughts and stories. And then, and my shoulder was injured, so I really didn't prostrate. And it's just strange. I was sleeping, I was dreaming that I was doing prostrations throughout. I was like, that's kind of nice, actually. So it's like, oh, okay. And I also noticed that one of the mind that I have is very precious for me to lose it. So I've been traveling to many places to find a practicing monastery, good teachers, and I cannot find. And I get worried and I get like grasping onto it, like, oh, I cannot lose the Abbey. It's too precious for me to lose. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be kicked out. And then the whole story starts coming up again, and I go round and round and round. And it's like, oh, I started getting giddy just thinking of my stories. I'm like, no, I need to drop this. So after thinking about this for quite a while, I had probably a month plus of sleepless nights. I'm really grateful to Venerable Lamsel. She's my roommate, and she really gives me that space. I was just tossing and turning. So there's a few conclusions that I came up with. One is, next time when there's this fear, check up on all these fellow baloney stories. Start to dismantle them, because a lot of times these are old boring grandma stories. So I put reality in check. I have a teacher now. I have teachers, in fact. I have a community now. Teachers who guide me to Buddhahood, a community that's helping me on the path. So what is my story about now? Second is, think of the disadvantages and the aspiration when all these afflictions arises and it hinders your aspirations. Remove all these afflictions. It's not going to help you in any way. So don't waste my precious life on it. The third is, instead of thinking about me being chased away, and that is so self-centered, somebody pointed out to me, I'm like, oh yes, it's about me again. It's like, So I drop it and I say, how can I contribute? How can I benefit a wider community instead of, I'm going to be chased away again? So, okay, that sounds, that keeps my mind more wide. It makes me think less about myself and think more about, oh, how can I help? So, and the last one, I think you'll be happy about it, is I don't think you'll ever hear Venerable Pelge says, I'm scared you will chase me away again. So I'm Venerable Tuton Pelge. I'm part of the Sravasti Abbey community. So sorry, you're stuck with me. And thank you for holding me with a lot of care and a lot of space and assurance when I get into the I'm very scared mode, which comes up a lot. And I didn't catch it until now. I really appreciate the Vajrasattva practice and purification. And just looking at the Lam Rim, all the thought training, and constant reminder of Venerable Pelge, nobody's going to chase you away. Venerable Pelge, what are you doing? And Venerable Ngawang would say, nobody's chasing you away. What are you doing? Don't think. I'm like, okay. Which is, yeah, very helpful in some ways. So now I'm trying to learn to laugh at myself, trying to play it out so that I'm less tight and just like that, so joyful and relaxed. So I thought I would end with what Lama Yeshe said in Knowledge Wisdom. He says, take refuge in the Buddha means to recognize our own profound potential, see that we can do something, which is to take responsibility for our own liberation. And that means that we all have the wisdom within us, and all we need to do is to activate it. So I thought I would end with a quote. I just thought of it while cleaning Venerable Children's cabin again, cleaning the windowsills. So I say, you don't force the grass to grow. You simply remove the weeds that impede it from growing. Thank you.